My short piece is titled, "The Desert Confuses Me." Mesas, canyons, storms you can see 100 miles off, tumbleweed bouquets, the very existence of Russian thistle, invasive species after invasive species, or for that matter, humans, crouched cave dwellers, artists, storytellers, living in a landscape that would sooner sweep us away in a flood than let us stay. My long piece is titled, "Stranger in a Strange Land." I fell in love with the West for the first time at the age of 15, my nose pressed against the window of a car that carried me into the North Cascades. Born and raised in a flat land, my eyes struggled to adjust to the grade and granite that bombarded me at every bend in the road. Right then and there, dazed and bleary-eyed, I declared my love for a land I did not know. 5 years later, I continue to love the West so deeply, I am more than occasionally brought to tears. My love, however, comes with desire. I want to fight for this place, to speak on its behalf, to do what I can to protect it. I want to act with the legitimacy of an accumulation of lifetimes in the West, but I cannot. In the end, I am an outsider, an invasive species. My outsider status once made me timid. I worried about making waves. I worried about using the rhetoric of, "Your time has come, and it's for your own good." Instead of taking action, I took notes. Eventually, I opened my eyes and bore witness to scars of systematic destruction. I made up my mind, and while I am most certainly still working on it, I have come to know what I know. I want to see grasslands healthy once more and utilized in a way that respects their beauty and fragility. I want to see the West into a future that recognizes the value of people in their own right and land in its own right. I want to do this without compromising dignity, without using the language that our ancestors used to exterminate and relocate, and without elevating and isolating myself from those I am trying to help. Today there is a war being fought over grazing in the West. What place, if any, does it have here? Some activists, many of them outsiders like me, say that cattle grazing has met its end, that it is creating the problems and the devastation that I and others have seen. The debate over grazing in the West is one characterized by bitterness and an unwillingness to compromise on both sides. Organizations like Lava Lake Land and its educational partner Lava Lake Institute defy this image of the current grazing situation in the West. Both founded and funded by San Francisco Bay Californians, the staff and board of Lava Lake are working towards a model of environmentally sound sheep grazing in rural southern Idaho, a decidedly foreign landscape. Instead of foregoing sheep ranching altogether, they are using the framework of the historical understanding of the landscape to inform their projects and ideas. They have not allowed their desire to foster the ecological health of their land to overshadow their desire to work with the traditional ranching community they have settled into. Mike Stevens, president of Lava Lake and also from California, has seen great success in integrating his organization and his ethos of collaborative land conservation into his new home. Mike firmly believes that his success lies in his willingness not to highlight his differences, but to work towards common ground with the human community of southern Idaho. In his words, "You've got to get to know the neighbors." Mike, an outsider like me, ingratiated himself into his slow-to-warm community by avoiding the rhetoric that so many newcomers use. Instead of talking like someone who wants to accuse each and every Idahoan of being a cold-blooded wolf killer, he talks like someone who wants to help bring life and economy back to a quiet and otherwise sleepy community. Mike is running a sheep ranch with the blessing and help of his local community, but he's doing it the way he wants to. He is grazing his sheep in a manner that lets a working landscape also be an ecologically functional landscape, and he is allowing the idea of ranching and healthy land to coexist. Most of all, he is involving his ideas and his plans for the land in a process that would have never included him if he had not done it with such deliberate care and respect. To create change while also fostering mutual understanding is not easy, but Mike has done it and his success encourages me to try. In the end, my desire is simple: to be a good outsider. My love for this place is deeper than the mistrust I may face, and my confidence that I have the ability to be a positive influence in the West is strong. My eyes are still wide, just like that first day in the North Cascades. I still get butterflies when I see mountains, and I still don't quite understand life in the desert, but now I know that I care about the future of the West. I am learning what it has been through, and I know that I can help. I only hope that I can do it with care, grace, and recognition for the worth of all of us, no matter our histories.